Hi student, welcome back. Now before I enter the new lesson, let's correct the exercises in workbook page 74-75. The first part, new words. A. Cross the incorrect letters. Number 1. We cross letter G. Number 2. We correct letter R and letter E. Number 3. We correct letter G. Number 4. We correct letter I. Number 5. We correct letter B. And number 6. We correct letter G. B. Fill in the blanks. Number 1. Rescue. Number 2. Repair. Number 3. Move. Number 4. Emergency kit. Number 5. Electricity. Number 6. Elevator. Now you have 1 minute to correct your answer. Now turn to grammar exercises. A. Circle the correct answers. Number 1, A. Number 2, B. Number 3, C. Number 4, C. Number 5, B. Number 6, B. Number 7, A. Number 8, A. Exercise B. Unscramble the sentences. Number 1. When there's an earthquake, you should stay inside. Number 2. When there's a tsunami, you should stay away from the beach. Number 3. When there's a storm, you should turn off the electricity. Number 4. When there's a flood, you should move to a higher place. Number 5. When there's an earthquake, you should get under a desk or a table. Number 6. When there's a storm, prepare food and water for your family. Now you have 1 minute to correct your answers. Now open the student book page 80. Today we are going to learn theme 8, Natural Disasters, Lesson 4. So what's the topic of the lesson? Let's watch 2 videos.
Meter storm surge predicted in the downtown parts of Wilmington, so that area will likely be completely flooded out as a result of the storm. Even though we are away from the vulnerable areas to storm surge, though, there are several flash flood warnings for this area, so you really get a sense of just the power of Hurricane Florence as it's coming on shore here in Wilmington. Our hotel where we're staying, most of the hotels in the area are completely sold out. It's medium.
We're going to turn now to the fallout from those earthquakes that shook Southern California this weekend. 2 major quakes, thousands of aftershocks have the region on edge. And Marcus Moore is in Ridgecrest.
So you have watched a storm happened in 2018 and an earthquake happened in 2019. They are natural disasters happened in the past. So can you guess what's the topic of this lesson? Yes, the topic of the lesson is natural disasters in the past. So, what is the content of the lessons? By the end of the lesson, you will be able to talk about natural disasters in the past. You question words before to infinitive. Let's start with new words. Look at the picture. What can you see in the picture? You can see a volcano is erupting. A lot of lava and ash and smoke come out of the mouth. So we have the word volcano. Repeat, volcano, volcano, volcano. What does it mean? It means núi lửa. Look at the picture. What's this? It's ash. 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 What does it mean? It means bụi. Now look at the video. So what can you see in the video? You can see a volcano is erupting. So, erupt, what does it mean? Erupt, erupt, it means phun trào. Repeat, erupt, erupt. Now next word. Look at the picture. In the picture, you can see a volcano erupting and the things come out of the mouth of a volcano. What can you call it? We can call it lava. Lava. Now repeat. Lava. Lava. What does it mean? It means dung nham. Look at the picture. What can you see in the picture? You can see a boy running quickly. Maybe he wants to escape the danger behind him. So, what does the word escape mean? Escape. Escape. What does it mean? It means trốn thoát. Now repeat. Escape. Escape. Now look at the picture. The man is looking at the sky. There are some dark clouds in the sky. And when the man looks at the dark clouds, he expects the rain. So what does expect mean? Expect has the same meaning with think or believe. So, expect, what does it mean? Expect means mong đợi, trông mong hoặc phỏng đoán điều gì đó sẽ xảy ra. Now repeat. Expect. Expect. Now turn to the next word. Look at the picture. You can see a lot of ash. The ash covers the ground. The next picture, you can see a lot of snow. The snow covers the ground. So what does the word cover mean? Cover means bao phủ. Now repeat. Cover. Cover. Now listen and repeat all the new words.
Theme 8. Natural disasters. Lesson 4. New words. Listen and repeat. 1. Volcano. 2. Erupt. 3. Ash. 4. Lava. 5. Escape. 6. Expect. 7. Cover.
Now, let's do exercise A in part new word. Fill in the blanks and draw lines. Check with a partner, listen and repeat. You have 1 minute to do this exercise. Are you ready? Now let's check. Number 1, volcano. It has been done for you. Number 2, erupt. Number 3, arch. Number 4, lava. Number 5, match with A, B or C. B. Leave a dangerous situation or place. Number 6. A. Think or believe something will happen. Number 7. C. Put something on something else to protect or hide it. Now listen and repeat.
Theme 8. Natural disasters. Lesson 4. New words. Listen and repeat. 1. Volcano. 2. Erupt. 3. Ash. 4. Lava. 5. Escape. 6. Expect. 7. Cover.
Remember to copy the exercise in your student book. In the lesson, I'd like to introduce to you work form of the word erupt, eruption, erratic, erratically. Now repeat. Erupt, eruption, erratic, erratically. Remember to copy the work form. Now turn to part useful language. Listen, then practice.
Useful language. Listen, then practice.
What was the disaster?
A volcano erupted.
When and where did it happen?
It happened in 1883 in Krakatau, in Indonesia.
Did people know what to expect?
No, they didn't, because no volcanoes had erupted for 200 years.
Now listen again.
Useful language. Listen, then practice.
What was the disaster?
A volcano erupted.
When and where did it happen?
It happened in 1883 in Krakatau, in Indonesia.
Did people know what to expect?
No, they didn't, because no volcanoes had erupted for 200 years.
Remember to copy the useful language. Now turn to grammar. In the lesson, you have to know the form WH word plus to verb. You can use this form to describe something have to be done or something may happen. Example: People had no idea what to expect. Mọi người không có suy nghĩ gì về những thứ có thể xảy ra. People didn't know how to escape the danger. Mọi người không biết cách để trốn thoát khỏi nguy hiểm. People didn't know where to go. Mọi người không biết nơi để đi. So in the first one we have the phrase what to expect. The next sentence we have how to escape. And the last one we have where to go. Remember to copy. Now turn to part listening. But before you listen, let's look at two pictures. What can you see in the pictures? What are they? They are the remains of Pompeii in Italy. So today, we are going to listen to a talk about a volcanic eruptions happened in Pompeii in the past. So exercise A. You have to listen and write yes or no. Number 1. There has been an earthquake a few weeks earlier. People often saw smoke coming from Mount Vesuvius. Number 2. The volcano began to erupt in the morning. People tried to escape on ships. Now, listen and write yes or no.
Listening. 1.
In the 1st century AD, Pompeii in Italy was a beautiful city near the sea. About 11,000 people lived there, and it was a very popular place for holidays. There was a large volcano near the city called Mount Vesuvius. A few years earlier, there had been an earthquake. It had caused a lot of damage. People didn't understand that the earthquake was because of the volcano. They often saw smoke coming out of the top of the volcano. They sometimes felt the ground move a little, but they had no idea what to expect. One afternoon in 79 AD, Mount Vesuvius began to erupt. A river of lava began to move toward the city. Hot ash and rocks fell onto the houses. People didn't know how to escape the danger. They didn't know where to go. The volcano was behind them. The sea was in front. Many of them tried to leave on ships, but it was too late. A tsunami came, and then hot ash and lava covered the city. Many lives were lost. Today, many people visit the ancient city of Pompeii and learn about about the people who lived there and the terrible disaster that happened to them.
Now, listen again and check. Listening. 1.
In the 1st century AD, Pompeii in Italy was a beautiful city near the sea. About 11,000 people lived there, and it was a very popular place for holidays. There was a large volcano near the city called Mount Vesuvius. A few years earlier, there...
Now, what can you listen? Number 1. There had been an earthquake a few weeks earlier. It had been done for you. It's no. So, can you correct it? Yes, it's wrong. Read the word a few weeks earlier, not weeks. A few years earlier, right? Now listen the next sentence. People often saw smoke coming from Mount Vesuvius. Now listen and check.
There had been an earthquake. It had caused a lot of damage. People didn't understand that the earthquake was because of the volcano. They often saw smoke coming out of the top of the volcano.
So, the next sentence. Yes or no? Yes. Now, wait to dialogue 2 to do 2 sentences.
They sometimes felt the ground move a little, but they had no idea what to expect.
Now look at number 2. The volcano began to erupt in the morning. Listen and check.
One afternoon in 79.
So, which part of a day? Can you listen? Number 2, yes or no? No, right. The part of the day, not the morning. It's the afternoon. And now, listen to check the last sentence. People try to escape on ships.
AD, Mount Vesuvius began to erupt. A river of lava began to move toward the city. Hot ash and rocks fell onto the houses. People didn't know how to escape the danger. They didn't know where to go. The volcano was behind them. The sea was in front. Many of them tried to leave on ships.
So, can you listen to the last sentence? Yes or no? Yes. Now, turn to exercise B. Fill in the blanks. Listen again and check. So, you have 1 minute to do exercise B. Are you ready? Now, listen again and check.
Listening. 1.
In the 1st century AD, Pompeii in Italy was a beautiful city near the sea. About 11,000 people lived there, and it was a very popular place for holidays. There was a large volcano near the city called Mount Vesuvius. A few years earlier, there had been an earthquake. It had caused a lot of damage. People didn't understand that the earthquake was because of the volcano. They often saw smoke coming out of the top of the volcano. They sometimes felt the ground move a little, but they had no idea what to expect.
So, they had no idea. Now which word you use for these planes? We use what? They had no idea what to expect. Now, listen to the sentence 2.
Two.
One afternoon in 79 AD, Mount Vesuvius began to erupt. A river of lava began to move toward the city. Hot ash and rocks fell onto the houses. People didn't know how to escape the danger.
So, which word you use to fill in these blanks? How? That's right. And the last one.
They didn't know where to go.
So the last one is where. That's right. Now, copy the exercise in your student book. Now turn to the part reading. Now before you read, look at the picture. What can you see in the picture? Yes, you can see damaged houses from a typhoon. So do you know the word typhoon? The word typhoon, the same meaning with tropical storm. It means bão nhiệt đới. So now look at exercise A. Read the paragraph. The main idea of the first paragraph is how people were prepared for a natural disaster. What's the main idea of the second paragraph? Choose the best answer. So you can see the first paragraph. It had the main idea is how people were prepared for a natural disaster. You have to find out the main idea of the second paragraph. Now look at the three ideas. A. Typhoons in 1881. B. Haiphong expect another typhoon. C. Learning from past disasters. So you have 30 seconds to read quickly the second paragraph and choose the best answer. Are you ready? Now let's check the answer. The main idea of the second paragraph is A, B, or C. C. Learning from past disasters. Now turn to exercise B. Read the article again and answer the questions using full sentences. Now, before you Answer the 4 questions for exercise B. Look at 2 paragraphs and listen. On October the 8th, 1881, a typhoon hit Haiphong, a city in Vietnam. People in Haiphong had never had a typhoon this strong, and no one knew what to expect. This city was not prepared. People could not live in time, and many lost their life. The typhoon caused flooding all over the city. Many people in Haiphong were affected by the 1880 typhoon. The disaster was one of the worst tropical storms to hit Vietnam. We can learn many lessons from natural disasters of the past. Now, people know how to prepare for typhoons. They also know what to do when a typhoon happens. Vietnamese people remember the typhoon as one of the worst in history. So, now look at question 1 in exercise B. 1. When did the typhoon hit Haiphong? It has been done for you. The answer is, the typhoon hit Haiphong on October the 8th, 1881. Number 2. Why didn't people know what to expect? Now what's your answer? Question 2. Now let's check the answer. Because there had never been one as strong as this. Number 3. Was the city prepared for such a disaster? Have you found the answer? Let's check. No, it wasn't. Number 4. What did the typhoon cause? What's your answer? The typhoon caused flooding all over the city. And the last one, number 5. What can we learn from natural disasters in the past? Now let's check the answer. We can learn many lessons from the natural disasters of the past. We know how to prepare for typhoons and know what to do when it happens. Now remember to copy the answer in your student book. You have 1 minute. The lessons start here, and now write the homework. Number 1. Learn by heart the new words and structures. Number 2. Do exercises in workbook. page 78, 79. Number 3. Prepare the new lessons. Frame 9, Lesson 1. Goodbye.